A couple of months ago, I shared this video talking about how I'm no longer a pro athlete anymore and no longer backed by a brand to call this sport my job. Well, plot twist, guys. 2 months on, I get to call myself a pro again. I am now officially a pro athlete running for On, and this deal looks pretty different to the way that most traditional athlete deals are done. It's pretty exciting because I'm going to talk you through how that has happened in the space of barely 2 months and what this means for me and my running career. Before I talk you through exactly how that's possible, what my new sponsorship looks like, and where this is going to take me over the next few months and hopefully years, I'm going to recap a little bit of what I spoke about last time, just to give you the context that I think you probably need to set the scene. First up though, who's an absolute idiot and just came to the gym to do their gym workout whilst filming this video, obviously, in not full gym attire. Those are not the shoes we need.
What are those?
I think I can make this work. I think I can lift in Birkenstocks. We can do this. As if I'm just making a video talking about how I'm a professional athlete and I'm clearly not even professional enough to remember to wear the shoes that my contract has provided me with. Great start. Let the gym warm-up commence. So in my little update video that came out in May, I spoke about how I've been running for New Balance for a year and a bit at that point. I'd moved my life 4 hours up the country to live in Manchester with Daniel to join this team, to join Team New Balance Manchester, and it really was a catalyst of a move for me. It led to me quitting my job and really just kind of going all in on this running thing being the center of my life, really, fitting everything around it. And I don't regret doing that, but at the same time, it didn't really work out. And sometimes things can seem like the perfect setup for you from the outside looking in, and you get there and you give it your best go, but it's actually not right for you. And it might be the right environment for other people and the right setup for others, but I think when you know something in your gut, you have to act on that, especially in a sport where your time is so short. And don't get me wrong, like I had a great time being on the New Balance team, kind of really having my first immersion in really what it's like to train with other professionals, be in that kind of as close to professional setup as it gets. Running is still a very amateur sport in the funding that we have and the setups we have. I mean, where I am right now is the dark sky Under Armour gym out here in Flagstaff, and I don't think any team in the UK has their own gym. The funding out here is different, and I think just the funding for running is not where a lot of other sports are, and that's just how it is. But it did level up my training and my competition because I was just surrounded by other people that were better than me, knew more than me, had been doing it for longer than me, and I regret nothing making that move to changing my life and making running the number one. And whilst this change left me without a sponsor and not being able to call myself a pro anymore, technically just an amateur trying to get good at running, I knew I needed to make the changes to find myself the setup that suited me and that I think is going to get me to the next level, to the Olympics one day. And I think ultimately, deep down, probably for a while, I knew I needed to make some changes. And that coincided with my contract coming up for renewal, which is, where you then either negotiate a new contract or you don't. And you know what? Ultimately, my contract was not renewed. Yes, you could say I was dropped, but equally, I knew that I needed some change in order to get to where I want to get to. that this bench and these plates is easier than moving one of those big heavy boxes is hilarious. Pow! We have half squats. Let's go lifting session. Now, if you're a long-time viewer of the YouTube channel and you watch every video every week, firstly, you're the best type of person. Secondly, you'll know the work doesn't stop, okay? It's not like I got dropped and decided that I was gonna just let this running thing take a back seat. It doesn't change anything, really. And I meant what I said in that video when I spoke about not seeking out a new sponsor or a new contract and doing things my way and supporting myself with this YouTube channel, working on social media, running my coaching business, and taking the pressure off needing a contract to kind of financially prop me up, if you like. But I guess some other people saw that video as well, and maybe they saw an opportunity. And that's my rest up, so hip thrusts and I'll carry on. So whilst I genuinely was quite happy to do things my way and do things a little bit differently to, I guess, how traditional pro athletes make it, I wasn't going to turn down a great offer when I saw one. A couple weeks ago now, I made an announcement over on my Instagram that I am now an on athlete. That's these guys. So after this video coming out and kind of sharing that I was going it alone, not gonna be a New Balance athlete anymore, pretty happy figuring things out, I got a message from someone in the Oniverse. And this person reached out to me and said that they wanted me to know that it hadn't gone unnoticed over on that I was now a free agent, but also looking to do things a little bit differently. And that kind of brings me to where we are now. It's been a bit of a process to figure out what doing things differently actually looks like, but it's been so cool to work with a brand and start working with a brand as my sponsor, as an athlete, but also as a content creator. That's why it looks a little bit different, if you like, because I'm not just an on athlete, I'm also an on creator. What does that actually mean in practice? It means, just like other on athletes, I am head to toe in on gear, on shoes, in my races, in training. Apart from when I forget my shoes and wear my Birkenstocks to the gym, I am wearing on stuff. And the shoes are great, by the way. I'm really enjoying the kit. It's such good quality. And whilst this isn't an ad, obviously I have to share that I am paid by them, but I'm really, really enjoying repping their stuff. I have an athlete contract. All of that is very predictable and very traditional. What's different is the creator side of things. I am not far enough away. And what I'm realizing is I can't talk whilst doing this exercise, so just bear with me. So by being a creator with On as well, not only am I representing them out on the track or on the roads when I'm racing and, during my training, I have these videos as well. Obviously, I would be wearing my On kit and shoes and representing them if I didn't have this content side of things, but what it means is they value what I do as a creator as well as an athlete, and I get to create really fun, exciting content for them on different projects that are gonna come up over the next few months. And I can't tell you exactly what we're gonna be doing. Some of it hasn't been decided yet, and also some of it is a secret. It's funny because I feel like in the track and field space anyway, becoming a pro athlete and being able to say I'm a pro comes with such a weight and not necessarily a responsibility, but it's a really cool thing to be able to say, right? But it also doesn't mean that much because other than there being new shoes on my feet, new kit on my back, and this deal that is gonna help me financially get to the next level, nothing really changes in the day-to-day. I'm still gonna be getting up at 6 a.m. out here. Granted, I don't get up at 6 a.m. at home because it's not as hot as it is in Flagstaff. I'm still gonna be getting up, I'm gonna be going to training, I'm gonna be doing my thing, working hard every day, working hard to recover, and focusing on getting that little bit better every day. That's all it is. If you can make 0.1% of an improvement every day, that compound interest makes you better week to week, month to month. That's what's gonna get me to the Olympics, that's what's gonna get me to faster times, that's what's gonna get me to the next level. And you can do that without being a pro. But it does feel really special to have the support of a brand and to have that backing. And it does feel pretty good to say I'm a pro athlete. It's definitely something I was striving for as a kid, never believed would happen, and feels pretty surreal to say, because running is my job. And that's so cool. Uh-oh, time for the real devil's exercise. Pray for me. Those never get any easier. I'm just gonna take a nap here. In terms of that day-to-day now and what I'm working towards, I am out here training in Flagstaff for 10 weeks. We are, what, 3 weeks down? 4 weeks down? I swear altitude makes time go differently. I'm here for 10 weeks, training with my coach, John Green, who I've been working with since March. Things have been going really, really well. I've really enjoyed the change in approach, both in my training, but also in the kind of psychology, I guess, or just the kind of like mental approach to training and racing. I think it's been really refreshing for me, and I'm really excited about the fitness that we're building out here, which is building us up towards the next big goal, which is the Berlin Marathon at the end of September. That is really creeping up, which is scary, but also exciting. I've not set out any specific goals for that yet. I have had to have a little think about the time that I want to run, or a window of that time, so that I can book my pacemaker, which is very exciting. I'm gonna have my own pacemaker this time around after having less than ideal pacemaking in Houston, provided by the race itself. So I've taken that uncontrollable and made it a little bit more controllable. You can never control someone else, but it's something I can influence, and I've booked myself a pacemaker. So we're gearing up for the next marathon. Training's going well. I'm tired, which ticks the box of marathon training, but overwhelmingly, I just feel really grateful that I get to do this. I get to call it my job. I get to train every day and kind of orchestrate my whole life around a sport that I fell in love with as a kid. It's a really privileged position to be in, and I'm proud that I've worked hard to get to where I am. I would love it if you guys come along for the rest of this journey, because we're just getting started. We also have a big goal this year of hitting 100,000 subscribers on this very YouTube channel, which some people may think is absolutely outlandish and we're not going to get there. But I think with your help, we could. So this is my pitch to you, to hit that subscribe button, to follow along for this part of the journey and the rest of it, because at some point, hopefully I'm going to make it to the Olympics, and it'd be pretty cool to say that you've been here since now, or even longer if you're one of the real ones who've already been subscribed. I'm going to wind down my gym session with a little bit of mobility, kickstarting recovery for tomorrow. I want you to love the grind. I'm going to keep loving the grind. And, well, I have nothing to say now because that's how I finish my videos. Damn it. Love the grind.